Keep it simple. And some people come up and say, I was very sick and I had to go to the doctor and I was doing so and so thing. But then that energy did not work. So that's why understanding chi. You should understand energy. And then again, some people say, I understand energy. I know water is energy, I know food is energy, I know words is energy, I know thoughts, I know deeds are energy. But even then I used everything, it didn't work. That's why activate your energy. Okay? Now let's come to that part. Sorry we don't have a board, but even then, when we use the word Qigong or Qigong, okay, it's not Qigong or Qigong. Qigong, of course, is used, it's a Japanese word. Qigong is the Chinese word, or the direct translation of Chinese word which they call energy or breath. So that's Qigong. Now this Qigong has become very common in our country and especially in our city of Mumbai because of many more Tai Chi masters. Wherever you go, Qigong, Qigong, Qigong. Last time I introduced you to another new word and I told you, you're hearing it now here for the first time from Carlton will start Tai Chi Qigong and henceforth you will hear it again. And that word was Neigong. Neigong. Now what is Qigong? Qi or Qi is energy. Gong is the practice of energy. What is Ni? Ni is cultivation practice. Ni means cultivation. Gong, practice. Okay? So everything is energy. There is lots of energy everywhere. But how are you going to cultivate it? There has to be cultivation, isn't it? A farmer has seeds which he sows and cultivates the grains which come to you and me as the energy of food. So even we have to cultivate energy. Okay? So specifically this whole session is about cultivating energy. Of course we won't be able to do large kind of things. But yes, I will show you very small exercises where you can cultivate energy. Now Qigong again is on records, you can say it's a 5,000 to 6,000 year old art. It has seen time again, the new modalities come into play where there is healing. I won't name them. Somebody once commented in just some days ago, I was in some place giving a lecture and somebody says, Carlton sir, बाकी का भी सबको criticize करेगा. It's not about criticism. It's not about criticism. It's not about my art. It's about history of what you are going to do. Like both of them were discussing about how much the doctor should tell you and not tell you. As an energy teacher, I should know from where did this spark start to build such a huge fire. Okay? Now let's say there is one small spark. I take some cotton and I light a small fire. Somebody comes with a piece of stick, the fire becomes bigger. Somebody comes more with 2-3 pieces of stick, the fire is bigger. Now this fire becomes bigger and bigger as people add more and more sticks to it, and the fire is bright with lot of smoke and lot of light, then you can see it. This is the case today of all the energy modalities. Now what was that spark? That spark, according to my personal research, and I am ready to argue anytime, any place with any energy modality, all the energy modalities that we see today are byproducts of Qigong. Somewhere or the other you will see either the founder of that new modality of healing has done Qigong. Somewhere or the other. All the big names today that you and I know, all the big healing arts, I will not again take their name, so I will not be pointed fingers at. But most of them, if you see somewhere or the other in the biography or whatever, they have gone through what is called Qigong. Okay, again I am not praising myself, I am just giving you knowledge of where different kinds of, because if you see, you will see similarity. You will see a lot of similarities. When you come to Qigong classes, you must have done Reiki. Now you must have only done Reiki and your Reiki teacher must have not educated you enough to tell you from where really did Reiki actually sprout. He will just tell you, okay, this happens, you open this chakra, you have to take an attunement, lay your hands and you heal. He may just tell you that. Who invented? Dr. Mikawisi. You go and you do research about Dr. Mikawisi. There are 10 books which tell you 10 different things about Dr. Mikawasi. In the same way, there are 10 books for other modalities telling you 10 different things. But through them there is one common factor, and that common factor is Qigong. Sometime or the other, somewhere or the other, all these founders of healing arts were associated with doing Qigong, or rather Nigong, that is cultivating of energy. Okay? Again, like I said, 5,000 years old. Now, why did it happen? Why Qigong? 5,000s and more thousands of years back again, if you go and you read the chronicles of China. Now, we are talking about China not because it's a Chinese art, not because I'm doing a Chinese art, not because I'm propagating a Chinese art. Okay? I will tell you why. What I am propagating also, when I was trying to do my PhD in energy work and Tai Chi, I came to a spot where I had to stop for many reasons, political, unpolitical, bureaucracy and all that, where I had to stop my research, was because what I seen was what I learned from China and came to my country was from my own country. Qigong or energy work begin in my country. Acupuncture begin in my country. Healing sounds begin in my country. So I'm not teaching you something new. I'm teaching you something which was very close to me. The day I learned that all these arts were carried from my country via Tibet into China by the Bodhidharma, I was the happiest person on earth. Because I was getting to learn something very traditional of my very own country, which was kept in closed doors in my country, taken to some other country, opened out and again brought back to me. Okay? So remember this thing. So what we are learning is actually our very own thing. So I'm sure you won't feel bad, because I remember somebody, and again another one of my seminars, Sir, sab kuch theek hai, very nice, we liked it. But China is not being good to India, it is coming closer to our border, killing our soldiers. It's not that, okay? So even before you should, the thing is, listen and try to grasp what is happening. Okay, as a teacher, I don't know about other teachers, but as a teacher today I come with loads and loads and loads of research. And like I said, because of bureaucracy and politicians, I could not go further with my studies. Others, you would have been listening to Dr. Carlton here today with my PhD behind me. Okay, so this is the thing. Now, why in those days Qigong came into full force was because of a certain king which was called, or rather who was called the Yellow Emperor. Now, he was called the Yellow Emperor because in China, usually the Chinese are referred to as yellow people. Okay, जैसे कि we call the Americans Gora, and they call us Kala. Okay, so the Chinese and the Japanese are called yellow people because of their complexion. But it started with that emperor because they say, according to chronicles again, that even the Chinese were dark skinned. They were not fair people, they were not yellow people, they were fair skinned. Now this particular emperor had 1,000 wives. Now you can imagine all the men over here who are handling one wife. Sorry, even I am married. Okay, but yeah, some of us have very good wives, but some of us have one wife which is equal to 1,000 wives. So if you have 1,000 wives equal to multiply by 10,000 at the end, so it's going to be very difficult. Anyway, whatever it was, jokes apart. So he literally had to be a healthy person of body, mind, and soul, looking after the whole country, looking after his wives, doing his day-to-day activities of administration. He needed strength. So he was in pursuit of anything which would give him good health. And this particular time of the Yellow Emperor in China was born the Chinese herbal medicine, Qigong, Tai Chi and all the other things. You get many books and many translations. The Yellow Emperor's Book of Medicines, okay? Qigong of the Yellow Emperor, traditional Chinese medicine of the Yellow Emperor. You will get lots and lots of things, lot of books which are now translated. Previously it was not. So pick up a book. Instead of picking up a book, the best way is go onto the net, type in yellow emperor, and then you'll get an idea of how Qigong was brought in. Now why it came? If there was herbs and all the exercise, why did it come down to Qigong? Again, it was seen according to our research, herbs had to be cultivated. And those were the times of wars. There were fierce wars in those days. And what happens in wars? Destructions. Herbs would be destructive. So again, there would be some scarcity of herbs. So again, there your health again is torn. When the herbs are not available, you cannot be healthy. The same thing also happened with bodily movement, with bodily exercises that you used to do. Movements like Tai Chi, Badwanjin, that is 8 brocades, Yin Jin, Animal Qigong. Again, they were bodily movements. Now again, for bodily movements, if somebody had 1,000 wives, that he must have had 1,000,000 people in his army. Now where can 1,000,000 people practice? Again, difficult, space constraint. So that's why the Yellow Emperor, again through all the people who under him worked for health and to improve health, they actually came to know that the healthiest thing that you can do is do proper breathing and relaxed breathing, which can produce strong amount of endurance, strength, stamina of body, mind and soul. So that was what Yellow Emperor thought upon. And then he seen that it was not necessary that Qigong or Nigong had a lot of movements. You could do it sitting, you could do it standing in one place, you could even do it lying down. And then not only your breathing, he's seen that even by just standing in one particular posture, you could cultivate energy. He's seen that even by eating one particular food, you could cultivate energy. Again, they discovered by producing one kind of sound, you produce one kind of energy. And slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly they discovered very simple Qigong method. Standing in it under a tree again could give you energy. Standing facing the sea could give you a different kind of energy. Okay, and so Qigong was devised. This is a very short idea of what Qigong would be. And that's why maybe even in his days we use the same motto that I have used today, or I still use, everything is energy and keeping it simple. You can make it complicated with life, like I always tell you. I have done a lot of talks on how we people complicate life. So I won't go any more in complicating life. Let us go down to being more simple and simple and simple. One beautiful with Qigong, I will show that all of us, we are all constantly practicing Qigong with a different thing. All of us. Very simple example I will give you. Whenever you get hurt, what do you do? 2 things. My clue is that you do 2 things when you get hurt. What do you do? Hold it or touch it. Next, what do you do? Cry out. So you produce a sound, which is sound Qigong, and touch. Who taught you that? Nobody. This proves Qigong is natural. This proves that we are all born with energy. So that eye and that touch gives you at least 80% relief. Have you tried it out many times? Even when you have an headache, if you are quiet about the headache still persists. The moment you press your head and say, my head is paining a lot, and you do this, you produce this sound and that touch. Both the energies combined, your headache starts to become less. The moment your headache becomes less, you press more. Then what you will say, again you will use the sound energy. The headache has become less. Again you will press more, again you will say the headache has become less. We are not actually learning. What we are doing is, we are trying to remember what we have forgotten. Very sad fact, we human beings forget a lot. So what we are doing is just remembering what we have forgotten. So it's a very natural thing. That's why we always say Qigong or Nigong is very natural. It is nothing new. And it doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be stressful. It has to be relax. Even when you are tired, what do? You want place to sit. If you don't have place to sit, you will see, if you are walking on the road and there is sun, you will see shade. You will go under the shade. The moment you go under the shade, you are relieved. Again, what did you do? Use the shade as energy. When you are tired standing and you take a chair and sit down, you feel a comfort, you will have a sigh of relief. Abhi baith gaya. Again, you used two energies. So constantly in life we are using chi, constantly, and we are using it very naturally. Only when you come to a Tai Chi or a Qigong class, our class, we are making you remember what you have forgotten. Okay? So now this, you are satisfied that Chi is very natural. You are again satisfied that Qigong and Tai Chi is not Chinese, it's Indian, it's from our country. If Bodhidharma had not taken that trip, it would have still been here. I don't know what would have been the state of it, very sorry to say that, but even then. Again, that's the reason why whenever I talk about Tai Chi and Qigong, and when people say, it is like yoga, I said, no, it's not. Give due credit to the people who took the stone, sculptured it into a beautiful piece of art. And that's what the Chinese did. We threw a stone out. हम लोगों के लिए सिर्फ एक पत्थर था, उठा दिया और हम लोग ने फेंक दिया, जाके कहाँ पहुँच गया? चाइना पहुँच। वहाँ के कलाकारों ने अगर उससे तराश और एक इतने खूबसूरत मूर्ति का उसे एक रूप दिया, तो इसका श्रेय किसको जाएगा? चाइना। So that is why my reason when people say, is it like yoga? I said, no, it's not like yoga. Because they did the work. They did the work. And again, thanks to them, the art is coming back to you and. Okay, so this is just a short guide. Before we still go further, if you have any questions so far? Yes?
What is the exact definition of energy in Qigong?
Exact definition of energy, see, if everything is energy, then whatever you touch is energy. You cannot have a definition. The very fact you're sitting on the chair, many people today look at it, ये तो बेकार है यार, plastic फेंकना चाहिए. But this is turned into energy because it is giving you comfort when you sit up. So it cannot be a definition. Now different teachers will give you definition, different. Okay. Most common definition they will say is energy is breath. Okay. Is one of the highest levels of energy. Breath is one of the highest levels. Above breath is intention. Okay, so if breath is here, intention again another definition. That is energy. For some teachers, it is the super conscious. Okay, so there are different definitions. Again, this is the simple thing is to always remember whatever you do, say, look at, touch and feel is energy. Right? Any more questions do we have up to here before we go on? No? Don't worry, ask any questions. See, you always, in a question answer session I have seen. Even I was like you and I'm still like you. Only when I'm here, there is a small transformation in me. I become a teacher because of the expertise and the knowledge. But if I'm sitting for somebody else's lecture, then I'll ask a question. And I've seen, अरे यार अगर ये पूछेगा तो everybody will think I'm a fool. But when you ask the question, it's the same question as in other people's mind. So don't be scared or don't feel. You know who's the wisest person in the whole world? You know who? The foolish. The foolish is the wisest. The foolish has the guts to probe into an answer. A wise will think, boss, I'm a wise person, why should I ask this? Okay, so again I'll give you a chance. Any more questions for this so far? Yes, doctor.
Dynamic energy is different and vital.
Energy is different, yes. Yeah. Okay? So now you can again derive different kinds of energies again from those components. Okay? It's active Qigong where you do the most simple active Qigong example that I can give you is your Tai Chi form, dance, sports. Okay, all things that have movement is active qigong. Okay, you have passive qigong. Passive qigong is all kinds of meditation, yoga asanas, sitting and listening to soft and classical music, many other things. Then there is qigong of sounds. Again, listening to different kinds of music. Okay, now music which is in harmony with you, not music which puts you into a disharmonious situation. Okay? I think there is place here, you can come here. The vital energy according to Qigong is the energy that you and I are born in. The vital energy is when you and I from the sperm state enter into the womb. You have what is called vital energy. Again, if we take it on the spiritual level, it is the soul which is carrying that down into the mother's womb, again going through a process of 9 months of passive energy in the mother's womb. And when the movement of the child is there to move out and you are out into this world, then you are living with a different kind of energy, which is called dynamic energy. Okay? Now we are all born with this vital energy. And according to the traditional Chinese medicine, according to Qigong, this vital energy is not in the Dantian. Like when we always tell you Dantian, Dantian. At this stage, the vital energy is supposed to be in the kidney area. Okay? Now physically and modern science we say is the kidney area. Now, actually in the kidney area, they point out to this area. Okay? 4 points on one side, 4 points on the other side. Now this is according to them, the Qigong or the acupuncture meridians. Ming Meng is the name of this point. Ming Meng. Okay? This is the point where this vital energy is stored. And they say that we use this energy only up to a certain level of our age. After that, very slowly, we forget to use that energy. Or that energy slows down. So vital energy tries to make the physical body, the mind and the brain use dynamic energy. Because we are in a dynamic surrounding. The moment we are out into this earth, into this world, the energy is dynamic. We have to get used to it. Okay? Now what happens is, we have to get used to dynamic energy, but not forget vital energy. But what do? We forget vital energy and we get more involved with the dynamic energy of this old earth that we are in. And that's where the mistake is. Because this vital energy is the root. Your body is the trunk of the tree. And whatever you do, say, dance, shout, produce, create is the branches, the fruits, the flowers. The vital energy is okay, moving with the dynamic energy. The tree is green, the flowers on the tree will be in a bright color. It will produce fantastic fragrance. If there are fruits, the fruits will also be dynamic. The fruits will also be sweet. Okay? So this is how the level goes according to Qigong. All the Qigong teaches you to do is that the vital energy in the Ming Men point or in the kidney area to be reharnessed. Okay? First, again, according to many people in those days when there was nothing called the magnetic photography or Carlton photography or all, when those things were not available to us, there were people who would train their third eye and they could see all the chakras in your body, your aura and all. So they would see always a bright light at the back of the people in the kidney area. They would never see a bright light in front. Now through the Taoist method, now what is Tao again? To put it very simply to you, Tao is nothing but the Ved and Purans of our country, which are taken, the Ved and the Purans were taken, combined together, and Tao was created. Again, why? Because Lao Tzu, the author or the founder of Tao, also it is shown in many of our history books and also that this Chinese guy came around to our country learning the philosophies and all that, and he was so surely 101% carried back. I still remember one day, I was so happy. I've read the Vedas and I've read the Quran, but I was not a very keen scholar of it. It was just like because I wanted to accumulate that knowledge at it. And one day somebody invited me to teach Tao. What is Tao? How Tao exercise? How is Tao energy? What is Taoism? What is only Tao? These are different things. Only Tao is the people like me who follow Tao. We follow the philosophies of Tao. Okay? Taoism is like a religion in China and Japan. It's a typical religion with, a particular Tao god and chanting and rituals like we all do in our mandirs and churches and all those kinds of things. So when I went over there, the first thing that I came to know, they were all Vedic scholars. Okay? So when I came to know they were all Vedic scholars, then my legs started to shake. But again, difficult. It is very difficult because the thing is, they came with a mindset. They came with one mindset. The Vedas are the traditionalist and the oldest form of philosophy in the world. But very kind people. Or rather, I was blessed by God that day because all those scholars over there were very kind and humble. They were real Vedic scholars. I again use that word, real Vedic scholars. Not the so-called Vedic scholars who sometimes we meet now in our country. Very sorry. They were real Vedic scholars. And they sat and I gave them a short description of Tao, what is Taoism, how is Tao involved into Qigong, and all those kinds of things. And I also told them 2-3 verses, how the verses were translated and all that. And at the end of a 2-hour session, they all clapped. They all came and they shook hands with me, and all of them said, we never thought that we are learning a foreign art or a foreign subject. Whatever you said and done is all in the Vedas. Very humble. That was the happiest day of my life. Again, to know that what I was learning was not a foreign thing, it was from my very own country. Okay? So again, that's what Tao. So Tao is also not alien to us, again from our country. So these things are always there. Now in Tao and Taoism, it is seen that a lot of breathing is used. A lot of breathing techniques. Again, to give you again a very simple example is, you all know about Shaolin. You all know about the Shaolin temple and you must have all seen Shaolin pictures. Now what do you see? The Shaolin art is always fighting, pushing, kicking and all that. That is the Shaolin temple. Lesser known temple in China, which was kept under wraps. It was a secret, nobody knew. And that temple is called the Wu Dang temple. Wu Dang. Okay? And in the Wu Dang temple, there were the monks who practice Qigong, Tai Chi, Singhi, Bagua Chan. These are all called internal arts. These are all the arts like Tai Chi. Here it was where the internal arts, the vital energy, the dynamic energy, the natural energy, the cosmic energy, all these things were taught. Okay, this has slowly opened up. Now people of the world know, okay, this is the Shaolin temple and here all the fighting arts are taught. This is the Wu Dang temple where healing arts are taught, but with the fighting, with the martial aspect still intact. Okay, so most of the Qigong, most of the Tai Chi techniques you will see, which again come from the Wu Dang temple. But again there also there is segregation. Okay, if I am from the Wu Dang temple, I come out of the temple, maybe I give up being a monk. The moment I come out, then Carlton and Tai Chi. Then I don't use the word Wu Dang. Then there is a mixture, an amalgamation of something of my experience and also of the Wu Dang temple experience. So then it's segregated and right. Now in this manner, there are thousands and thousands and different styles of Qigong around the world. There are different styles of Tai Chi around the world. Now what it is seen according to real good masters is that Qigong, if practiced in a proper manner, again incorporating body, mind and soul. When all these three are in harmony, then and only then you can harness energy or cultivate energy, and then and only then it is can be used for maybe your healing purpose or whatever and whatever. Again, Qigong is in. Now when we talk about healing, it is not only healing is if I have a problem, maybe I have an ailment, I have some sickness to heal karo. When they talk about healing in Qigong, it is healing of all aspects of life. And it's not limited to bodily pain, aches and ailments. Then you can use it for relationship, maybe for your success, for your work, changing of atmosphere, energy, and so many other things. Okay, that's why if you see, how many of you have indulged in Feng Shui? Nobody? Yeah. Now what is the Feng Shui? A Feng Shui master or a Feng Shui Shifu comes to your house, do some measurements, see some things. Previously when you started new tools, ye tod ke idhar rakho, ye tod ke udhar rakho. All that is to happen. Then slowly, when more good masters came into Feng Shui, then it happened to only give you a particular object which can change the energy in the surrounding. And then all of us have the laughing with that. Isn't it? All of us have that. Is there some people के ऐसा खाली हाथ ऊपर रख के खड़ा रहने से क्या फायदा? फिर हाथ के अंदर पैसा आया. तो लोग बोलने लगे ये दोनों हाथ में खाली 2 पॉइंट बस. 2 पॉइंट से क्या होता है? महंगा बढ़ गया. फिर मोटा सा आ गया, फिर इतना बड़ा मोटा सा मॉन्क आ गया, वो बैठा है और उसके इर्द गिर्द बहुत सारा पैसा आ गया. And then you would see in people's house, some will face this side, some will face that side, and everything would happen. Somebody will come to my house and say, "Hey, this should not face this side. This should be face this side." Then you will turn it, and this will go on and on and on and on and on. Okay. So again the thing is, the object is just a superficial point of concentration for the energy to change. The object will do nothing. The object will do nothing. What will work? Your energy. Your energy. Your intention focused onto the object which vibrates again. So why keep that object? When Feng Shui came into being, there were a lot of great Feng Shui masters who literally would take swords and run after them for this simple reason. Okay. Now again, they were not cheating. They were not cheating you. They were teaching you a very passive method of cheating. Okay. Because what would you do? You would use intentional Qigong and sound Qigong. The object is there. As long as the object is there, you will keep looking at the object. Okay, money will come. Money will come. Isn't it? So that intention would attract money. So he was teaching you a passive kind of Qigong. The only thing we didn't say it is Qigong. Today all of us know modern teachers, lot of modern teachers teach affirmations. All of them say, sit for 20 minutes, close your eyes and use affirmations. Everything will manifest in the world. Quite true. Why? Again, because focus, intentional chi, and trying to connect to what you want. Very important. Trying to connect. That is the most important part of Qigong. When you are trying to connect with something. Very simple. All of you have practiced a little bit of Qigong. Many a times. I showed you very simple things. All of you, how many of you know looking at the pyramid through this? I've shown people this. Very simple. Okay? Okay, I'll show it to you today again. In many classes I have done that. Very simple thing. 2 minutes. Again, very simple thing to use Qigong. Holding a glass of water in front of your third eye and sending intention into it. All of us know about the Japanese scientist. Some nice name I have. Masaru. Who done such a lot of research in water, and he showed up the crystals of the water, magnified it. When you send negative emotions or negative words, crystallization of the water is different. When you send positive love, healing, it is different. And so very simple, our body is made up of 80% of water. Just imagine, if your intention is strong, total change in your body. Okay? So these are the simple techniques. So even the Feng Shui guy or the Vastu Shastri is showing you just where to focus your energy. Okay? So don't you think that instead of keeping an object, it is better to raise the vibration of your body, to raise your chi? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay? This is sometimes many people when they buy new house, many of my friends know that I am into all this energy work. चलना यार नया घर रहने का देखना मैं लियो कि नहीं लियो. घर बुरा नहीं होता है, तो नया घर बुरा नहीं होगा. आप जितना बुराई लेकर वहां पे जाओगे उतना वो घर बुरा होगा. आप जितना अच्छा चंगाई वहां पे लेके जाएगा उतना अच्छा ही और चंगाई उस घर में होगा. इट इज अ वेरी सिंपल फैक्ट. Okay, so this is what is Qigong. Qigong is you are going to cultivate energy for yourself. Now you can cultivate energy on many levels. Many levels. You can cultivate the energy just for simple purposes. Just for your healing, healing something else. You can cultivate energy to heal other people. You can cultivate energy to change situations. I don't remember what was it. World Peace के लिए what was the summit? The first summit for World Peace. Anyway, whatever it was, I was very young at that time, where all the countries of the world had decided, that we are going to, all the chiefs and the heads of all the countries to get together to talk about world peace. I don't know what summit it was. And again, pardon? No, not UNESCO. Not UNESCO. It was known as with the name of a country. It was in a specific country. Geneva Summit. Geneva Summit. And at that particular period, all the countries of the world were against each other. So peace was not in sight. And anyway, that day was to begin. So-and-so date was passed. I don't remember those dates. So-and-so date was passed. Geneva Summit hone wala hai. All the heads of all the countries, with all their maybe defense ministers and
Atmosphere was created.
so the atmosphere was so tense कि अभी चाइना बोलेगा साला मेरे को ये नहीं चाहिए, पाकिस्तान बोलेगा मेरे को इंडिया नहीं चाहिए, and there was a total chaos of countries happening over there. And from one particular group of people who believed in world peace, only two practitioners of world peace meditation sat in the lobby of that summit where that would happen and meditated that all the countries of the world would come to a peaceful solution. Only two people. And you know what happened? The Geneva Summit was a great success. Today, you and I, if we are living in peace, it's because of the Geneva Summit. Even now, when Pakistan tries to attack us, it first goes to the laws of the Geneva Summit to see whether it was right or wrong. So can you imagine the whole world's heads, military chiefs, great people who could just sign and create war, and only two people sitting out and meditating that they come to a peaceful solution. What was that? Qigong. Very simple. Intention of two people focused on one constant point without any disturbance can change the whole world. Okay? That powerful is one component of Qi that you can use. Intent. Okay? And that's why we also always use the phrase, where the mind goes, energy flows. So, if your mind is not on that thing, then it will not flow. We have many people, have sometimes lots of friends also. How are you? How are things going on? Very bad. What up? Everything is becoming costly. You cannot live. What is the salary? 1.5 lakh rupees. A month. Why? Again, intent. The focus is somewhere else. Suddenly one day I phoned to him. अभी मत बात कर. क्यों? अरे मैं लनौला में 3 दिन के लिए. कौन सा रिजॉर्ट में है तो? क्या मालूम यार, 5-star होटल है कोई देख. See the focus, see the intent. अगर महंगा है So you can go to a 5-star hotel to have a nice holiday. You don't know even the name of the resort. Again, intent was wrong. The focus is not. So where your chi goes. So even if he was earning 1.5 lakh rupees, where was his mind? On enjoying. The energy goes there. Again, a combination of energy takes place. Only his intent going there will not do. So what happens then? Intent chi, chi of motion, you have to travel to that place, and money, the wealth chi also has to be used. Our teacher used to teach us, when you want benefit, you should use only one chi. If there are 3-4 chis going for one particular thing, you are going to be at loss. All the Qigong teachers used to always tell us, one chi. Whether it's physical chi, whether it is mental chi, or whether it is spiritual chi. One energy component, whether passive, whether movement or whatever, it has to be one, and then there's a total benefit. If it's going to be a lot of combinations, then it's going to be of no benefit. Okay?
So can you explain this one energy, one
Like I explained now about my friend. He's earning the money, but what was his intent? Of spending it without knowledge somewhere. See, if I go tomorrow to Lonavala, I know the name of the resort. Why? What I will do is, I will go searching for 10 resorts. सस्ता वाला और अच्छा वाला कौन सा है? तो मेरे को नाम मेरा नहीं याद रहेगा. बट क्या मेरे को लोनावाला जाने का है? कैसा भी जाएगा यार. बस नहीं मिलेगा तो खुद का कार करेगा. फिर क्या रोड पे गर्मी होगा? Then what? I will have an AC car. So you see how the energy is distorted. And now not only one energy is used. Intent is there to go. Then motion, movement, energy of movement. Energy of movement is spent. You are going to travel, you are going to become tired, you will do a lot of things on the road. You may crib at your wife, you may crib at your children. If you don't crib at them, you will crib at the car running in front of you. क्या साला गाड़ी चलाते हो? हटना तेरे को नहीं जाने का, मैं मारता है ना आगे गाड़ी. See how much of energy you spend. And then hard-earned energy of wealth you are going to spend there, not even knowing the name of the resort. So the intention also was distorted. Then you spend so much of energy. So that should not be the case. The case should be only one component of energy. Mind. Okay? One component. You can achieve a lot by using mind chi or intent chi. Active chi, movement of your body. Again, using only that, you can achieve a lot. Spiritual chi. And you go on the spiritual level, or the soul level. Again, using only the soul, you can achieve a lot. And if you can again get all these three together to combine, then you are a winner. Your success will be very fast. Anybody has a question before I go further? You should have a question. Yes.
Hardware energy takes time to travel, and software energy can travel fast.
Fast. Yes.
But if I am concentrating on one thing or only one thing, so it will take time to travel.
Yes.
So how can it be?
How can you achieve success in it? Yeah. Very right, he said. Harder energy will travel slower, softer energy will travel faster. That's why in all our Tai Chi exercises, all our Qigong exercises, that's what we ask. Relax, breathe normally, and all that. Okay? Because of the energy, when it is slower, relaxed, it moves much faster. Okay? Very simple cheese. I'll give you a very simple example, not to go into great details because I have just 10 minutes to show you techniques. Okay? Nano car is a car you and I can travel. Okay? Bulldozer or a lorry, a Leyland lorry, is also a vehicle which you can sit and travel. If both go together, the nano is surely going to go fast. Okay? So what happens is actually, in energy terms, to put it very simply, when the energy is soft and light, penetrating to anything becomes very easy. Okay? Penetration to anything becomes very easy. Again, very simple example I will give you of nice breeze, pleasant breeze, hawa, pleasant wind. You feel so nice. You can stand. If a storm comes, it produces wind. Can you face that wind? No.
But
Okay.
when you combine all the body, soul, and you say
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
all the three energies,
Yeah.
then it will, might become hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to now. That's why I wanted somebody to ask me a question. When I said body, mind, and soul, it looks as three different things, isn't it? It's not three different things. Your body is also a soul, your mind is also a soul, and your soul inside is also a soul. They are one kind of energy with a different shape, a different form. Okay? So you have to combine these three things, these three souls. Now many people teach you this. There is some art which teaches you about two souls. One soul here and one soul crown. There is another new art which just came to my mind last time, and then they started talking about three souls. Okay? So your body itself is also a projection of your soul. Your mind is also a projection of your soul. So the mind is also in certain modalities, and especially in high level of Qigong, your body is also a soul, this physical body. Your mind also is a soul, and your soul is also the great. We always call it the higher soul. Okay? So you're not using something different. That's why I wanted this question to be asked. What is body, mind, and soul? Isn't it three things? When I talk about one thing, how can I say combine these three? Okay? So you got an idea? These three components, or rather these one soul projection out into three different parts, should combine as one. Okay, see, very simple example I'll give you of the souls if it is confusing you. Okay? मुझे खाना खाना है, भूख लगा है. What all will I use? Eyes to see the food, hands to grab the food and put in my mouth, and chewing to taste and bring it down. What it produces? Energy. Okay? So your mind, your body, the taste is your soul. Can you see taste? You cannot see taste, but taste is one of the most wonderful things in the world. If there is no salt in your food, we run after vada pav because of the taste. We run after pizzas because of the taste of it. Okay? You got the idea? So it is basically that kind of a thing. And it has seen many a times. Even now, I was just talking to one of my teachers, and there is a great research being done. The United States of America are teaching all the athletes something which is called Qigong running. So with their athletic coach, they have a Qigong teacher to teach you something which is called Qigong level. I will leave that to a different thing. But just to give you that message, so you will know how much Qigong is involved.
Even walking.
Yeah, Qigong walking, Qigong running. In Mongolia, there are weightlifters who are the strongest and wrestlers. There is somebody which teaches the wrestlers and the weightlifters a specific kind of Qigong. Again. So it can be used for a lot of things. So I hope now you have got an understanding of what is Qigong. Okay? Let me tell you something very simple. Very recently, for a certain reason, I was hospitalized. Okay? Yes, everything was there that had to put me into the hospital. And my wife was again panicking, stressed, my sister was panicking, everybody. And in between I would laugh sometimes. And they would order, what the hell are you laughing? You are sick, you are in the hospital, this, that. Where was my focus? My focus at that time was, when will I get to feet and get back to my Tai Chi class? That was my focus. Where was their focus? Everywhere. What will happen? How many days he'll be in the hospital? Will he come out of the hospital or not? So you see how it is. Intention should be like that. The focus should be sure, 101%. How? That the universe will set, that the energy will set. And when I became sick, everything started falling into place. All the beautiful energy started coming together to get me up. One beautiful energy sitting right in front here, Dr. Vaidya, who late in the night left his program to just come home and see me what was wrong with me. I didn't go panicking. Yes, my house people are panicked. Because your focus should be there, your intention should be there. And today I am out. Today I am out. And I am doing my classes. Instead, after 7 days, I was out. Of course, with a lot of shouting of all my friends and my wife also, don't go, you are weak, you are that. Yes, but the intention of coming back, being normal and getting back, that focus is again your chi. Okay? Should we try? Do we have 5 minutes? Or 10 minutes? 10?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
You will be close.
Yeah. One very simple technique you could always do is use the energy of the pyramids. Okay, now we have a lot of triangles or pyramids, like we call it, we never name something physically. For us, everything is energy. So we don't say it's a triangle, we always say it's a pyramid. So the moment the thought process is focused, it's a pyramid. What comes there? Energy. Okay, the very simple pyramid you create is this. The moment you bring this together, slightly keep the 4 fingers bent. Now through this pyramid, you can achieve wonders. Keep the pyramid, look through the pyramid. On the outside, you have any intention you want as you want it to be. Okay? But very practical things. Okay? Don't go for things which is not meant for you or which is beyond the control of the universe to be. There are many things beyond the control of the universe. Like very simply, if I look to the pyramid and say, the moment I get down from Ashish building and go out, I should become Ambani. It's not practical. Okay? So things which are practical. See, even if the pyramid makes me Ambani the moment I get down, with this crores of rupees, can I handle it? No. The universe knows that I cannot handle that. So be in that limit of what you can. Of course, always try a little bit extra, again gauging your capacity. Okay? So I can surely go down and say I must get a lottery of 5 lakhs, which I can handle very easily. Okay? But again, it's a very spiritual thing. As you know, all pyramids are spiritual. Okay? So it's a very spiritual kind of energy. You should treat it with respect. What you ask for, manifestation should always also be respectful. Now, you could use it for anything. Like I said in front, you want peace of mind. Look through it. See yourself having peace of mind. What is peace of mind? Lots of happiness, lots of enjoyment, enjoying life, having all your relationships with you, all those kinds of things. Okay? You're doing healing for yourself. There's a particular part of your body. Visualize yourself in front, shoulder pain, feel the shoulder pain going. So if your shoulder pain goes what? You will do a lot of work with your hands. See that happening without you feeling anything. Okay? If you're healing somebody else, again. But if you're healing somebody else, do not do it for more than 2 minutes. Because after 2 minutes, you will start to use your energy. Till 2 minutes, you can connect to the pyramids around the world. Okay, that's why you see pyramids are on many places on this earth. Mexico has pyramids, Egypt has pyramids, we have pyramids. We have so many pyramids. Of course, not exactly like a triangular pyramid, but yes. Okay, so the moment you are doing this, you are connecting to all those energies which are created. So you can look through this. The best thing is try it when you don't like a particular food. हम सब लोगों को कोई ना कोई सब्जी पसंद नहीं आता, isn't it? So जब वो सब्जी घर में बनेगी ना, look at it. For 2 minutes, an intent that you like that thing. It tastes very good, and I'm going to eat it today and every time. Do it for 2 minutes and start to eat it. You will eat it, and it will taste good. This one small qigong, intent, active. Okay, this is one. Now in qigong, what is involved is the meridians or the chakras in your palms and fingertips. Now some people, if they move their hand on anything, they can feel energy. Okay, you can feel people's energy of the body, energy of the chair, energy of the atmosphere, energy of another person, and you can feel it in different ways. Okay, like we do in our Tai Chi classes, we rub our hands. If you can rub your hands and it becomes hot, then you can produce a lot of energy. That means the chakras are open. Now to activate qigong, that's very important. In the center of your palms, when you bring the middle finger down, exactly this point is called a Lao Gong point. Lao Gong point is the universal energy point. You and I all are born with it. Certain reasons it is closed, certain reason it is open. Now all of us has done many times Reiki class, pranic healing class, blah blah class, jo bhi energy class hai, they will teach you. Bring your palms in front, try to move it, you will feel energy. Okay? Now to enhance this energy, you have to open up the chakras more. Today I will show you that exercise to activate the palm chakras. If you activate the palm chakras and you can do this exercise every day, you can feel energy tremendously, because this will bring in energy and this will move out energy according to your intent. Whenever you are in the temple, always have a namaskar mudra like a teardrop. Many a times हम लोग ऐसा करते हैं. Have a teardrop. Break this. Again, you created a small pyramid. The energy should flow from the top into the palm down. If this is closed, the chakras close. You will not feel energy. So always like this. Energy is brought in this manner. Okay? Very simple exercise. Let's do it. Keep our legs down flat. Always remember, connect to the earth. Don't cross your leg. Palms over each other. Let's all have our left palm up, right palm down. Okay? Now what are we going to use? Two Qigongs. So one is active energy by moving our fingers, and intent energy by using our intent. What is our intent? The palm chakras and the finger chakras open. Okay? And we will use sound energy. Sound energy, we will use the mantra. What is the mantra? The mantra is open, open, open. 3 times. Okay? So keep it like this. For 21 times you will close and you will open. First the left palm up. Okay? So let's start doing it. In the meantime, keep your tongue up behind your upper teeth. Keep your tongue up behind the upper teeth and hold. Again, now let's start for 21 count. Closing and opening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now hold the chi ball. Slowly turn the palm. Bring the right palm up. Take the left palm down. Once again, same time, 21 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now turn it. Bring it in front of your heart. Intent that the palm chakras and the finger chakras are open. Clap 3 times and repeat in your mind. Open, open, open. Leave your palms down and just feel what happens. Hope your palms are hanging loose now. Okay? Relax. Anybody can share what you feel in your palms? Energy going down. Vibrations.
Vibration.
Heat. Yes, very good. So this is tingling.
Tingling, yeah.
Good. Anybody else? What happened? Back row, no energy?
Tingling, sir.
टिंगलिंग, यस, तो आवाज दियो ना, मेरे को भी थोड़ा अच्छा लगेगा ना, मेहनत करने के बाद कुछ तो पाया. Okay, so basically this is opening the palm chakras, and this is not, you should not only use it for your qigong, but if you're doing Reiki, if you're doing pranic healing, you do any healing, this is the best way to open the chakras. This is what, so we did 2 exercises. Pyramid, opening of the chakras. One last movement I will give you. Okay, and I'll give it only 2 minutes, huh? Only 2. This you have to do for 5 minutes. It is called embracing the tree. Many of us have done that.
Yes, yes.
Once again, embracing the tree opens out 14 Chinese channels of your body. 14 Chinese channels. And it has seen, with the help of some of my friends, it opens 72,000 Indian channels in your body. Okay, which is called nadis, yes. So you open 14 Chinese channels and you open 72,000 Indian channels. Okay, and the very greatest thing, my friend who is very well versed in the Indian energy channels in your body, which we call nadis, very nicely explained to me a very beautiful thing, that from the 72,000 nadis, or the 72,000 energy channels, there are 24 energy channels in your mouth. So that's why he says, जब भी कुछ बोलेगा ना, सोच के बोलना, हमेशा अच्छा बोलना. Why? This 24 channels, 12 channel goes up to your brain. 12 channels goes down to your heart. Two very important parts of your body on physical level and spiritual level. So you also remember that. जब भी बोलेगा ना, सोच के बोल. Because what you say is the vibration you think. मैंने उसको गाली दिया, माँ, बहन, बाप, काका, काकी, दादा, दादी, उसको नहीं लगेगा. It will affect you. The vibration will affect you. So before you scream and shout at somebody, remember it. Try to be humble. That's what you will get back. Okay? So embracing the tree now, because you are sitting fantastic. We will all try embracing the tree today. And हम लोगों ने जो किया हुआ है पहले standing, so we will know the difference. Okay? So bring the hand up, slightly pointing up. 1 fist distance between the elbow, 1 fist distance between the forearm and the, okay, and your bicep, like this. 1 fist distance, just like that. Okay, and don't keep your shoulder up. Don't keep your shoulder up. Drop the shoulder down. Keep your tongue up. Keep your eyes closed. Now just concentrate what is happening between your palms and your arms. Okay, we are doing only 2 minutes. Slowly turn your palms to face down. Bring your hands again. Let it hang loose for some time. Just feel what is happening. Now you may open your eyes. Bring your thumb down. Okay. This is one of the most amazing Qigong exercise. Again, you can do it standing depending upon your endurance. You can do it standing.
But here you have to visualize something.
No, nothing. Just stand.
Yes.
Okay. In the beginning, you will feel little shaky in your legs. Start with 2 minutes. You should try to do for 5 minutes. And any time above 5 minutes. There is somebody who, of course I didn't meet, I just met her and she could not be here, but she would have given you a very beautiful testimony. I was teaching a sister and a sister went to taught her in the United States of America. And she was in a very bad state, a lot of complications. Started doing, embracing the tree. And according to me it's always 5 minutes for senior citizen. And she started doing it for 5 minutes. And she does it for half an hour. And just before coming down for a holiday to our country back again, she had again gone through all her tests and they were fantastic tests. Maybe if you go on my Facebook, you may get one of her testimonies. Worth reading, I have not met that person. It's all thanks to Qigong and the grace of the Divine God. Okay? So, there was a lot of research at one time being done in Germany on embracing the tree with controlled and uncontrolled groups, cancer groups. Different kinds of cancer, blood cancer included, and they found tremendous amount of healing happening. I won't say improvement, I will call it healing happening. A lot of healing happening, lots and lots. And now in certain hospitals they teach them this. So if you can, standing, if you can, sitting, if you can, lie down and hold the posture. So it will work in any which way because this angle itself opens out all those 14 channels of your meridians in your body so that energy flows. So again, you're doing passive Qigong with active Qigong. You're not doing anything but you're holding a posture, it becomes active. Intent, whatever you do, your intent will be on the lip and on your hands because you're trying to hold your hands. And that opens out the channel. Two major channels it opens is the heart and lung channels which run through your body. So if it runs through opens out the lung channel, it brings in more prana. It brings in more pure oxygen. Okay? And if the heart channel is open, your heart starts to pump well. Just to put it in a very simple manner. A tremendous amount of benefit. Try it on you, experience it. Okay? Always try to do it on an empty stomach. See, two things happen. Energy works for some people, relaxes people. For some people, it energizes people. So if you're going to do it late in the night before sleeping, if it energizes you, you're not going to get sleep. So, and I would advise you, always let chi flow naturally in your body. So time to sleep has to be time to sleep. Time for food, inducing chi to food has to be that time. Okay? So before you leave, I have a 6-page this to you give you notes which are on chi. Okay? And of course you can go through it. There's a lot of things written about chi in it. How is the practice?